How you doing, YouTubers? Uh, so I've been requested to do more videos by a couple subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. So I decided to get back on here and do a couple. I had some specific questions from someone that chooses to remain unnamed, but let's just say I appreciate the support. One of her questions was, do men in prison target certain women to create relationships with? Let me put a disclaimer out there first. All men in prison cannot be put into one box. However, there are some men in prison that have extreme predatory behavior. I'm not going to say I wasn't one of them. However, at the heart of it, I don't believe that they all go into it with malice at heart. I do, however, believe that there are a certain type of women that are more susceptible to dating men in prison, such as single mothers and women who have been scorned in marriages or relationships and have been through a couple tumultuous relationships. Those are more the type of women that would be pursued because they get a sense of power when they're the only one in control in a relationship with a convict. See, the convict's there. You always know where he is. You know he's not around any other women. He only relies on you to take care of him. So it gives women a sense of power and security, I'm assuming. And with the man, while at the same, not to say that some men aren't actually having only malice at heart and having multiple women or whatever. A lot of the men that I've encountered, and myself, period, it's more about just wanting to be helped when you can't help yourself, if that's understandable. So, you know, to all my subscribers, some of the men are gonna be like, ah, man, you hating on the game. Nah, I'm not hating on the game, bruh. I mean, do what you do. If I was in prison, I'd be doing the same shit right now. I don't want to. Who wants to sit in there and do time by themselves, man? Come on. And it's not to say, but see, then women get it lulled into a false sense of security that that's how it's gonna be when a man gets out, and you think you're gonna have that exact same control, and that's what ends up ruining a lot of the relationships. So that's my take on that. I was also asked how British dudes would do in California prisons. Now, I've met a couple foreign people that weren't American in prisons. I don't think I've actually met anyone that was actually from England or the United Kingdom. I actually did meet an Australian, and I think that's a colony of the United Kingdom, I believe. I'm not positive. But these people are more like, you're just here. Nobody really messes with those people or tries to force them to be affiliated with anything, because most of the time their belief system and the way their upbringing in their country is totally different than here in America. So they don't even look at stuff the same, and they're mostly friendly all the time. You know, I mean, from my experiences, most of the time they're in there for like small crimes, like domestic, not that it's small, but they're in there like domestic violence or drugs or something. I've rarely met ones that are in there for extreme amounts of violence. And also another thing I was asked about was any of the crazy things I've seen while incarcerated. I'll give you guys a story about that later in my next video. I'll share one of those. Thank you for the questions. If you like the content, it's not gonna be all gory and crazy. I'm not gonna glorify prison, but this is Nate Dog. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and send your questions, man. Put it in the comments below. You guys know how to do this stuff. I'm new to this. And I'll get to the videos as soon as possible. If I don't get to them, You can always find me on my social medias, 916Nate, at Instagram at 916Nate, or Facebook, Nathan Jackson Brown Sr. Hit me up. Hit me with your questions, and I'll do my best to get to the videos. Nate Dogg signing out. Thank you.